Good morning, career management class. How y'all guys doing on this lovely Thursday morning? How are y'all doing? Everybody, if you will, go ahead and complete the attendance quiz for today. If you complete the attendance quiz, I'm gonna work on my paper roster, and we'll meet back up in a few minutes. Okay. Excuse me, guys. Okay, so everybody should hopefully have completed the attendance quiz for today. I wanted to go over something briefly, and then we'll get into our lesson of today. So let me share my screen. Something I wanted, it kind of coincides with. Let me see, hold on. Okay, so I wanted to share this because some of you probably already have jobs, or you will be getting jobs within the next few months, or even nearing next summer. So there are many tips and things that we're going to go over. This is one that I had researched and wanted to share it with you. This is entitled 5 Interview Tips and Job Interview Questions for Teens. So I wanted to, because some of you may have never been on an interview, or you may have been on one, and I wanted to ease your or calm your nerves and get you prepared for your interview. Because your interview is what sets the pace as far as you get a job or whatever. Okay, so what I want to go over, I'm gonna go over this article. So it says, you found the perfect job, applied and scored an interview. Well, congrats, you're on your way to adulting. So think of your teen years as a test run for being a full-fledged adult. Now it's time to get some work experience under your belt and start earning some sweet paychecks. And that's why we want to get a job anyway, to get those paychecks. But you've got to ace an interview to get a job. And if interviews are pretty nerve-wracking, meaning some people, it can really, boy, it gets on their nerves. So don't worry, calm the butterflies in your stomach with these 5 interview tips for starters. Then they want you to use their 5 job interview questions to go into your job interview feeling confident. So I always, the first thing, don't be late. If your interview is at 1:30, then you need to be there at 1:15. So first impressions matter. Even if it isn't your fault, your potential employee isn't okay with tardiness, meaning being late. It gives the impression that you aren't reliable and that you don't value others' time. But seriously, you could lose a part-time job if you're as little as 2 minutes late. So don't waste all of your hard work. Practice your route or your route the day before the interview, so know where you're going, know how to get there. This will help you determine the best time to leave on the day of the interview. Now, mind you, because we are in a pandemic, a lot of places are still not doing face-to-face interviews. Some are, some aren't. The ones that are doing the face-to-face interviews, please make sure that you show up ahead of time. If they're doing a a virtual interview, please make sure that you show up early. At least get there online, I would say at least 5 to 7 minutes early. Remember to get your interview. Here it says 15 minutes early. Leave a little earlier than usual if you're worried about the time. Make sure that you dress up. Make sure that you dress appropriate. We get it. Sometimes teens don't want to come off as too stuffy or overdressed in a job interview, but you have to look appropriate. Sure, jeans and a t-shirt are comfy, but they don't give that best impression. So regardless of what you're wearing at the actual job, dress up. It's okay to be a little casual, but leave the flip-flops at home. On the flip side, don't be too formal. Don't like you going to the prom now. Unless you're applying for an office support job or prestigious internship, a suit is probably too much. Instead, wear business casual attire. Khakis, I was definitely going to say khakis. Wear khakis and a nice collared shirt, a tailored top, and a knee-length skirt are also a good choice, okay? Remember to do the shape test before you leave home. Jump up and down and wiggle in front of the mirror to make sure you're appropriately dressed. When in doubt, cover up. Don't show everything that you have. Pro tip, be careful if you're interviewing at a retail store. You don't want to wear clothes with the competitor's logo. So if you're interviewing in Hollister, don't wear your Abercrombie t-shirt, okay? 3, prepare, prepare, prepare. A hiring manager can tell when you prepare for the interview. You're able to answer questions and even come off as more confident. Show that you're hireable by preparing ahead of time. So you want to do like some play with somebody, maybe get your teacher, your parent, to do some interview questions, and that way you'll be able to answer questions when you're in front of the real person. Know an overview of the company's history and what it sells. Do not go to a company interview at a company you don't know what they do. You don't know what they sell, what they're about, how long they've been in. You want to research and see how long they've been in, uh, how many employees, how many stores they have, what products do they offer, what services do they offer. Remember the name of your interview. Always write it down and research them on LinkedIn beforehand. A lot of you don't know about LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a business social platform where you go and promote, you put your profile out there, like your name, your skills, your education. And a lot of people look at that and, they'll get in contact with you that way. This shows that you have an interest in the company and the job. Come with at least 3 follow-up questions to ask your interviewer so it isn't a one-sided question. Now, oftentimes, let me ask you, have any questions? And I'm not gonna say it's not okay. It's not okay not to have a question. Or think of something that you want to ask that is relevant to the interview or to the company. Bring a pad, a paper, and pen to remember your questions and take notes while you talk to the interviewer. But when we say prepare, we don't mean you have to write a script. Nobody wants to talk to a robot. Be yourself. Job interviews are your chance to show employers what it would be like working with you. Show your real self. I mean, don't be acting crazy, talking crazy. Talk like you have education and you do because you're in high school. So show your real self so that they can hire the real you. Watch your body language. Everybody gets nervous in job interviews. So the key is not to show that you're anxious. Um, do you have nervous tics? Do you rub your arm, jiggle your foot, or fidget with the pen? Um, Notice these behaviors so you don't drive your interviewer crazy. Sit still during the interview, sit up straight, maintain eye contact, and keep your shoulders up. Even if you feel like a nervous wreck, you want to look calm and professional. Practice your interview posture in the mirror to make sure you look confident, relaxed, and professional ahead of time. Mind your manners, number 5. Manners seem like common sense, but interviewers report a weird, um, still report a lot of weird behavior from teen interviewers. Use these job interview tips to avoid interview missteps, like your phone going off. Okay, we are now, everybody has a cell phone, but turn your phone off. Turn your phone off before you go into the interview, and keep it in your pocket or in a bag. Ladies, if you have a purse, for the entire interview. A dead fish handshake. A firm handshake makes you look confident and hireable. Practice shaking hands with your parents or friends. It might sound dorky, but a firm handshake can get you the job. Right now, I do not suggest doing handshakes. We do not do handshakes now because of the pandemic. So don't you can let that go. Accidentally cursing. Now you shouldn't even do that. Interviewers never want to hear you curse, even if you stub your toe in the interview. Don't use any language your grandma wouldn't like. Even if the interviewer curses, oh, that's a bad sign, but don't you do it. Being too casual. Address your interviewer as Mr. or Miss, unless they tell you otherwise. If they say they want to be called John, then you call them John. Otherwise, it would be Mr. Smith or Mrs. Clayton. Talking over your interviewer. This is a two-way conversation. Wait for natural pauses or your interviewer to ask a question before speaking. Teens have a tendency to be too casual in interviews, and, and that can work against you. Even if you're interviewing for a more laid back company, good manners never go out of style. So practice these 5 interview questions. Employers use your interview questions to gauge how successful you will be at the job. That's why it's so important to do job interview questions and answers. Start practicing like a week before your interview. Make a list of common interview questions and have a few answers prepared. Here are the most common questions you'll encounter as a teen interviewee. Job interview question number 1. Tell me about yourself. This question is tricky. They are asking you about your pets or your hobbies. Employers ask this question to get a high-level view of your skills, your interests, and your experience. Use this question to detail your plans for the present and the future. Keep your answers brief and relevant to the job to make a good impression. Example, I'm in my junior year of high school and I'm looking for a part-time job after school. I thought XYZ shoes would be a great fit for my experience and skills. Job interview question number 2. Why do you want to work for us? Even if your real answer might be because I need money, this is a chance to explain why you're a good fit for the job. Why did you apply for this specific job? Do you admire the company? Are you a regular customer? Answer the question so you emphasize the talents that you bring to the team. Example, I applied to XYZ shoes because my family shops here regularly. I also admire your charitable work and think my communication skills will be a good fit for the company. Job interview question number 3. What extracurricular activities do you participate in? Now is when you get to talk about hobbies and clubs. Don't go off on a tangent. Choose no more than 3 activities. Each activity should reflect a skill the employee will find valuable. If you're the president of the Spanish club, that would be a great way to talk about your language and leadership skills. Example, for the past year, I've served as a president of the fashion club, which is one reason I'm so interested in the fashion industry. That's one reason I want to work at XYZ shoes. Job interview question number 4. Why should I hire you? This is the interviewer asking why you're the best choice out of all the applicants. It's a hard question to answer, but it's your choice to sell yourself and make a great impression. Look at the job description and identify which duties you would excel at. That tie that into your answer to show that you not only fulfill the job requirements but exceed them. Example, I'm an extrovert who loves working with people. I saw this position calls for customer service, and my strong interpersonal skills will be a great fit. Job interview question number 5. What's your biggest weakness? Don't start rattling off all of your inaccuracies. That's just asking for a weird TMI, too much information moment with your interviewer. The job interview question is actually asking how you address your weaknesses in the workplace. Everybody has a weakness. So don't say, I don't have a weakness. Admit a valid weakness like perfectionism, organization, or fear of public speaking. Immediately follow that weakness with how you overcome it. Example, my biggest weakness is organization. I get so into the zone that I don't always keep my work area as tidy as I should. I compensate by following checklists and cleaning up as I go. So everything stays organized and tidy. You got this. The best advice that we can give you is to take a deep breath, staying calm and preparing ahead of time will put you ahead of your candidates for your first interview. Follow the 5 golden interview tips and practice these 5 job interview questions. You got this. So I wanted to make sure that you kind of have an idea of what to do when it's time for you to interview, or if you've already been on the interview, maybe it didn't go as well, the next interview will go better. Okay. So the first things you want to do is to make sure that you arrive early. And don't be fidgeting with your phone. Your phone needs to be turned off. So if you want to let your parents or somebody know, say, look, call them. Say, look, I'm getting ready to go into my interview. I'm cutting my phone off. Cut the phone all the way off. Guys, it should remain in your pocket, front pocket, back pocket. Ladies, if you are carrying a purse, make sure it's in your purse and you don't go to get the phone until you have left the interviewer's site. Okay? So also today I want to cover, and we went over it, but we're going to go over it again, Now, on yesterday, I asked you if you would go ahead and finish up the business letter. So by now, everybody should have that business letter typed, and you should have it in your folder in Google Drive, the folder that says homework. And let me come back here. Make sure you put all work, and I'm going to put it in the chat for everybody. All new work is to be placed in the folder that says homework. You'll say homework. It's the same thing, homework, classwork. It's in here. It says homework, and it should say second semester. Everybody, do me a favor right now. I want you to go to your Google Drive. So everybody go to your Google Drive, find your folder. When you open up that folder, the first thing you should see, it should say homework, second semester. Okay, so make sure everybody go to your folder right now and see if you have that. If you don't have that, you need to let me know that you don't have it, okay? And I just put in there all new work is to be placed in the folder that says, Kenny, yes, you do. Let me look, Kenny. Let me look, because maybe I missed it. Let me look, Mr. Kenny. Let me make sure, because I thought, and if I didn't, I will go back. Go to, and then you should go to your folder. Hold up. Kenny, yes, Kenny, look in your folder. Do you see this tab? Can everybody see the screen? Hold up. I'm going to show you. Okay, I'm going to go back and let me go back and share my screen, okay? Okay. Can somebody unmute and let me know that they can see this screen that we're on right now? It should say Kenny Itwar. Who sees this? Y'all still out there?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay. Who's talking? Who's that lovely voice? Who was that just talking? Because I can't see right now. Okay, I'll come back to you in just a minute. So Kenny, right here, where it says homework second semester, you'll open it up and then you will upload, hit upload, or you can hit new, and wherever you save that document on your folder. Okay. All right. Who was that just talked? Who was that came on? Naftali, was that you?
Yes, that was me.
All right. Thank you so much. And glad to see you, Naftali. I need to see you every day. I don't want to be missing you. Okay. So make sure that you are putting your work into that folder. Guys, if you have not done that business letter, I want you to get that business letter done today. So let's go back to what I wanted to show y'all. Now, so the business letter is there. Only thing you need to do, you're just gonna retype it because I want you to learn how to type business letters. Because we're gonna get into doing more of that. So now I want us to talk, and I think we've already went over it, but we're gonna go over it again about writing a complaint letter. And I think probably a few weeks ago, I asked everybody. We went over the steps of writing a complaint letter, and we know about a complaint. A complaint is when we have an issue, maybe something happened to us in a store or something of that nature. So steps of writing a complaint letter, you should clearly understand the problem. So you got to know what the problem is. After writing a formal heading and greeting, state the reason why you are writing your letter to the authorities. Inform your addressee about your reaction to certain events or products. Describe the problem. First, use a description of that issue that you think is appropriate, and then provide some detailed background information. Describe the circumstances that resulted in your dissatisfaction, why you're not satisfied, why you're not happy. Then explain on the Expand on the effects and the consequences that the problem had. Show what damages you suffered. After you describe your problem, you must say exactly what you want your addressee or the person that you're writing to, what you want them to do. You can ask them to investigate the situation, to identify those responsible, to demand compensation, meaning maybe you want something, you want your money back, or you want a discount on a product. Ask for some corrections and so on. Optionally, you can add a warning. This may be a threat to have a trial in regard to the case. So there's all different types of things in a complaint letter. Um, Topics of selection, laziness of officials, unfair treatment. Key points to consider when you're doing a complaint letter. And more than likely, a lot of us won't do a complaint letter, or there may come a time where we do a complaint letter, and more than likely, we may have somebody in the legal industry, like a lawyer, to write up. Sometimes we'll have to sue people, and that's when a lawyer will come into effect because they're more experienced with handling things of this nature. But key points I want you to consider. What is important to remember about writing and sending complaint letters is that they should be done on time. Don't wait to, if something happens today, get working on it today. Don't wait 2 or 3 weeks to talk about something. You need to take action when it happens. Make sure the products purchased through the internet often have time limits. So when a customer may demand a return or replacement, so remember when you're buying things, make sure you know, like a lot of electronics and stuff that you buy from Best Buy or places, they have 14 days or they have 5 days. So if you don't check the product out, or you notice something's wrong with the product and you don't get back in a timely manner, your warranty is invalid. There's nothing that you can do. You're stuck with the bad product. Also, remember that a complaint letter is written in concise manner and straight to the point. Don't be beating around the bush, going all the way around. Stick to specifics of what's going on. Complaint letters are often written in short paragraphs, and the whole letter is usually no longer than 1 page. It may take time for your complaint to be satisfied or to be reviewed. So expecting immediate results is sometimes unreasonable. Don't think just because you write the letter today, send it via email, that they're going to respond back today. They have guidelines and a process. However, specifying exact date by which you will wait for a response, let the person or the company or whatever, whoever know that, hey, you need to get back with me within 3 days, 5 days, no later than a week from today of the complaint. In the case of several complaint letters being sent to resolve a single issue and your desired results are still not met, write to someone who is higher in the chain of command, who is higher than the store manager, maybe the general manager or the owner. Mention the inactivity of those of the lower ranks. So your do and don'ts. Remember, I wanted y'all to read this, and I don't think anybody came back and did it. Your do and your don'ts. There are do's and there are don'ts. Do be exact about what you want from your addressee: a refund, a material consideration, a replacement, return on the product, coupon, a discount, whatever. Do take some time to cool down before writing your complaint letter. Do stay clear and straight to the point. Don't go into excessive description how badly set off you were about the problem. Just be clear in how you felt, what happened. Do create a timeline of events that resulted into the current troublesome situation. Avoid piling up the facts altogether. Instead, be organized, concise, and make it clear to whoever's receiving the information how the events unfolded. So just go straight to the point. Don't say, okay, well, I got out the car at the time I shoot. No, we don't want to hear about all that. Do keep paper trails. Some save every receipt, every cash, memo, or letter. Make the copies. If you're talking with the recipient via phone, take notes, including the time, the date, and the person that you spoke to. Okay. Now we're going to go on the don't side. Don't be rude, sarcastic, or offensive. Be assertive, but stay calm and polite. Yes, situations, certain things are going to make you so upset. So when you get on that phone, you're going to be ready to explode. But you cannot do that because, one, people will not want to hear what you have to say. Two, it makes you seem that there is something wrong with you. Maybe you caused the situation, okay? So don't threaten to abuse. You can mention trials in the case of a recipient refusing to cooperate with you in solving of your problem, but you make sure that you don't threaten anybody. Don't blame the person that's on the other end of the call. Um, in most cases, the person who you address in your complaint letter isn't responsible for the wrong. They're just the person who answers the complaints. The best way to communicate with your recipient is to treat the unfavorable situation as a misunderstanding that can be eliminated due to the cooperation of both you and your addressee. Don't forget to attach all the needed documentation to the letter. Don't, if you can, do not send the originals. Make copies of all the documents because you're gonna need your originals for yourself. You make sure you keep everything in a folder of some type. Don't give up if your first complaint letter had no effect or remained unanswered. So when you don't hear anything back, don't give up. You keep going. Revise it if needed. Keep calling. Keep going up the chain of command. Common mistakes in writing a complaint letter that we don't give enough information. Since a complaint letter is an important document, sometimes you that they use in court, you need to go to a maybe a lawyer, have somebody to help you solve your problem. They know how to write things up. Um, you give them all the information, they type it up. Expressing your negative emotions in an offensive way, you never want to do that. So you can afford yourself to express reasonable disappointment. That you're disappointed, but don't be angry, don't be outraged. Sending a handwritten copy of the complaint letter. This reduces the seriousness of your claim, especially if the letter contains grammatical and punctuation mistakes. So you want to make sure that you type it up. That way you can do spell check and all that. And it's a good idea also to let somebody else read your document that you're typing up. Threatening legal action in your first communication. Don't do that. First of all, try to negotiate with a resolution to your problem. Mention, what you want done. And here, if you look, this is a sample of complaint letter. You got your address, your phone number, the date. You got who is going to the division to whom it may concern. Yesterday in the evening on March, I bought packaged beef at your store. Make sure you put the location of the store. The product did not meet any quality requirements. It also gave me a number of serious inconveniences. So you want to tell them what happened. It causes this meat had a case of E. coli. Your health condition did not allow me to go out. You had to go to the doctor. This is a complaint letter, and it's telling what happened. They had to go to the doctor. Aim your long time and lower your also you want to put, if you are a client, a customer for a long time, you want to put that in the letter, or you want to state that when you're talking on the phone, because you want them to know that you're just not a one-time customer. And it's very important when you have a long time or a loyal client who is having problems, they're going to rectify it. They're going to do something about that because they don't want to lose you as a customer. So you need to be specific. In this letter, you notice that they said, I would like you to compensate me with X amount of money. That's the paying of the medical bill, the doctor visit, and also include the price of the meat. Now, I would recommend, if you didn't get sick or had to go to the doctor, that if more than likely, a lot of times your parents, I have went to the grocery store or to Walmart. I don't buy a lot of meats from Walmart, but I know that bought some meat one time from Walmart and getting ready to cook it the next day, and that meat was like looking bad. So I took it back to Walmart, and actually what Walmart did was they compensated me with, I think they gave me double of what I paid for the meat. So be specific in what you want. If you don't have to go to, get any, if a product or service doesn't make you sick, then you may not, ask for money. You may just want a discount the next time you come back. I hope that we can have a peaceful, and notice in the complaint letter, they say, I hope that we can come to a peaceful agreement on this issue. I'm waiting for your reply and resolution to my problem. However, after the 10th of the month, I will seek help from a consumer protection agency or the Better Business Bureau. Please contact me at the above address or by phone. You notice that they gave the person a specific time or date that they wanted to get back with them. So when you're writing a complaint letter, make sure that you do this. Melanie, you said you don't see it. I'm going to come back to you in just a minute. I was going over this. So make sure, guys, let me look at this complaint letter. With this complaint letter, I don't think I've had to change some of my dates are off because we had initially went over it, but I don't think that we actually got to go through it. So writing, if you look, let me share and I'm gonna come back. Okay, give me a minute and I'm gonna show y'all. Let me present this screen again and we're going to talk about the folders because I want to make sure everybody can see it. So guys, if you're in Canvas, excuse me, here is, this is today you will be writing a complaint letter, review the lesson notes for explanation example. Use a format presented in class for a formal block letter, type a letter from your company, ABC Construction. That's the address, 35 Union Street, Concord, North Carolina 28025. You're addressing to Acme Hardware. The hardware store has delivered some faulty pipe to you, and you're writing to correct the situation. The letter must be at least 2 paragraphs. A paragraph is at least 3 to 5 sentences in length. You are either the president, the CEO of the company, or the company's shipping and receiving manager. No, your letter does not have to be to the construction company about faulty pipe. You can think of an experience you had, or one that make or make one that deals with something you know more about. For example, something you bought at the grocery store was spoiled, or a pair of shoes you bought that fell apart. So what I want you to do is, this is giving you the information of like the name of the company, the address, who you send it to. So what I want y'all guys to do is to go back, look at the complaint letter that I showed you, and I want you to type up your own complaint letter. So if you look at what we just went over about the complaint letter and everything, it gave you an example. Now the complaint letter I want you to write is either going to be about, it could be about something you bought, like they said, like spoiled meat, or something that you had a bad experience. You bought some clothes and the clothes didn't hold up or whatever. So I want you to make sure you write that complaint letter. It tells you how to write it, what to include. So make sure you type that up. Your complaint letter, you should have your complaint letter done by tomorrow before class time. So you have the remainder of the day and to get that done. Okay, so you guys are saying that you are not seeing your folders. Do y'all know where to go to get the folders? That's the question at hand. Do you know where to go to get your folders? Everybody, I sent y'all an invite about your folders. This Google Drive. Yes. William, William, unmute for a minute.
Yes.
Okay, so is your folder in Google Drive? I want to make sure, because I know that's where I have created everybody's folder. So is your folder in Google Drive as well?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. So go to Google Drive. All y'all gotta do is go to y'all. Now, I normally go here. I'm gonna share my screen because, like I said, from a teacher's where we go, it may be different. So that's why I try to show everything right here. Now, this is where I go. I'll go right here to the apps right here, or the little dots, so I call it sometimes. And then I'll go to Drive. Then from my Drive, I have all my classes, all my different stuff. You are my career management second period. Okay. So I'm going to go to Melanie, because Melanie says that she cannot find, let me see about Melanie. Okay, here's Melanie. Okay, Melanie, when I open up your folder, I see homework second semester. Then I see a contract of hope. That's where I put in some specific things. So, but if you go to your homework second semester, you're going to right click, you hit upload file, or you can hit new. wherever you save that document or whatever you're working on for my class, you should be able to go and pull it up. You upload the file wherever you got it, and then you just go there. And when you click on it, hit open, and it'll download it, put it into that folder. Okay. Melanie, check and see. Kenny, can you share your screen with me? Since you say you can't find it, share your screen with me so I can see what you're doing. Because I show that you have one. Melanie, do you see yours now? Okay, you don't know how. Okay, Kenny, do you see where if you float your thing, you see where it says present now? Okay, hit present now. So I want to see where you're at. Okay, hold on, Kenny. Go to share with me, maybe. William, you can step in too. Go to try share with me. Can you bring your screen back up? If not, let me see, Kenny. If go to share it with me. Go to share it with me. Because, like I say, anybody can jump in. Y'all jump in because, like I said, it may be different. Document keep going. My drive. Go back to my. Okay, what I'm gonna do is, Kenny, let me send you another invite. Let me send you another invite. I'm hopefully it will send you an invite. I'm gonna send it to your email. Okay, Kenny, check your email. Check your email. I'm coming right back. I'm just responding to an email. Okay, William, did you see your grade? You see your grade? You got my email. I copied you on the email.
Yes, ma'am. I seen it like last night.
Right. That was just an oversight. So I wasn't trying to do you in. I try to keep up with y'all, but y'all know how y'all be doing sometimes. You better keep that grade this semester. You hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Kenny, did you get that email? Okay. So, William, tell me something. Come back on, William.
Yes.
When you received that email from me about that folder, what did you do? Was it automatically in your drive, or did you have to do anything?
No, I didn't have to do nothing. We just went there.
Okay. All right. So Kenny, go there. So it automatically is it automatically in your drive? Y'all know I don't know. Like I said, I just created it. I don't know what it does. I'm just assuming that it's in your drive. So you can go to it, or do you have to place it anywhere, or is it just automatically there now? I mean, how do you go? I mean, William, how did you save yours, or do you refer back to the email that I sent, or how is it?
I refer back to the email.
Okay, you refer back to email. Okay, okay, all right. So Kenny, do you see the folder now? Melanie, you see your folder? Melanie, you see it? Let me see. Okay, so guys, that's where y'all gonna put. So I should be seeing between tonight and tomorrow that business letter should be uploaded. I don't want y'all copy and paste. You need to learn how to type. Make sure that you are putting that business letter. It should go in homework second semester. I also want y'all guys to keep up with your typing.com. I think what I'm gonna start doing is to make sure after y'all do the attendance quiz, you're going to start doing typing.com for the first 10 minutes or 15 minutes of class. So if you have not been in typing.com in forever, I want y'all to go back to wherever you were at and keep going. So every day y'all need to do at least 30 minutes in typing.com. So right now, I want to make sure that you in your folder by tomorrow should be your business letter and a complaint letter. You go back to the information that I went over about the complaint letter. It tells you what to do, and then read what it wants you to do as far as putting in the company information for. So read all that. And like I said, if you read where it says, which is going to be the assignment, let me go back. If you go right here, which is 102 writing a complaint letter, let me see. So if you'll go back there, it'll tell you, if you click on this hyperlink, it'll take you back to what we went over today. And using the format presented to you in class, use a formal block business letter. Y'all know how to do a business letter because you're doing it now. We did it before. Type a letter from your company, which is going to be ABC Construction, 35 Union Street, to Acme Hardware. Now, if you want to change up the name of your company and to whom you are addressing it to, you can do all of that. So make sure you have 2 paragraphs. And it told you, like I always say, paragraphs at least 3 to 5 sentences. This one says at least 3 sentences makes a paragraph. So make sure that in your folders, I should have a complaint letter and a business letter by tomorrow. Okay. Also, anybody that I send emails out to about those contracts, some of you are going to have to go to Saturday school. Saturday school starts this Saturday, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. You're going to have to provide your own transportation. If I sent you a Saturday contract, I expect for you to go. If you don't go, that's on you. I also did some contract of hope for some of you. I need those back. On those emails that I sent you on Monday, just respond back and say, I accept. Okay? Just hit reply, I accept. And it'll come back to me. Please show your parents that information. If you have any makeup work that you're going to be doing, put that in. You'll have another folder, and I'm going to show y'all. Not calling anybody out. No, I'm not going to do it. I showed y'all yesterday. But on you'll have a folder that says makeup work or makeup folder first semester. That's where you go put all your makeup work in, okay? So make sure that you respond back to that email I sent you on Monday. If you are supposed to go to Saturday school, go to Saturday school. There's nothing wrong with it. This semester, everybody's going to do great. Okay? So remember, tomorrow we do not have class, but you are expected to complete the attendance quiz that I put out in the morning. I have a remediation / makeup attendance class makeup time. I have a class starting today at 3:20 until 4:20. Then I have tomorrow, I have 11 to 12, 1:30 to 2:30, and 3 to 4. You can make up class attendance, anything else that you need to do. Also, Mr. Tundra will have his career chats. So I'll put that link up in announcements, and I'll remind you on Remind about the career chats. If you attend the career chats, his career chats, I think, starts at 12 tomorrow. If you attend the career chats, you get 100 on a quiz grade and get 1 day of absence removed. Okay, so a lot of you guys need that. Please plan to attend. Also, over the weekend, get your information ready for resumes. Because I'm setting up, I got to look at the date because we're going to do it this week. But I felt because it was only 2 days, you guys would not be ready. So I canceled it. But next week, you're going to start meeting probably in groups of 4 with Mr. Tundra. So get your resume information together. You remember what your resume information was. Make sure you have your name, your address, any work experience, any school clubs that you're in, any if you're in the beta club, whatever you're in, any kind of interest that you have. If you're working, yeah, make sure you have your address. Make sure if you're working or if you've worked before or if you have a hobby or something you like to do, make sure to write that down because so y'all need to have that on Monday. Make sure you have everything, all that information together. Mr. Tundra, I think it's going to be Tuesday, Wednesday. I got to look at the date again. He's going to start working with y'all in groups of 4 for about 15 minutes, and I'll set up some other ones to go meet with him as well, okay? So make sure y'all do that. And make sure over the weekend, you're working in typing.com. I will see y'all guys on Monday. If y'all got any questions, y'all know that y'all can email me. I will talk with y'all later. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.
So we need to get the business letter and
The business letter and complaint letter and put that in that homework folder.
okay.
Okay. Y'all take it easy.
Got it.